Well, this is an extremely important issue. I often say to people, actually, I expect that you insure your own home each year against the small possibility of it being burnt down. And I think of that in a rather wider context of the world as a whole. We have enormous potential issues on our hands. There could be catastrophe as the world goes forward over the next decades because of what is happening in terms of global warming. In my view today, we as humanity are not spending enough on insurance policies for the future, on things that are going to protect the next generation, or next generations, if you like, over many years to come. So I think we've all got a responsibility. That's individuals, each of us as consumers, that's businesses as individually, and here, I'm very happy to talk about what we're doing as Logica, and government above all in actually tackling this issue with a lot more vigour than has been tackled in the past. I think it's an opportunity, but also it's a cost-saving opportunity for everybody. So if you look at it as a cost-saving opportunity, regard this as part of the future which is going to happen, you have massive opportunities. Certainly for Logica it's an opportunity because we can do things for ourselves, for example in our data centre by using air cooling rather than air conditioning as an example of saving electricity, which is a big user. I mean, data centres use a lot of electricity to cool down the components, the chips and so on, during the process of the computers being used. So we can use it to save energy ourselves, so that's an opportunity. But more importantly for us as a business is us creating systems, IT systems, in all sorts of ways that can help our clients. For example, stopping using paper, having all your invoices and all your accounting being done electronically would be one of the services that we provide, which saves a huge amount of carbon. Increasingly, consumers are looking to companies to have a low carbon footprint, and that goes all the way through the supply chain. So even if we're not directly dealing with the final consumer, we're dealing with companies and providing them IT systems that help them deliver the product and service to their customers. So there are all sorts of things that we're doing. One of the things what we do, for example, in Portugal and Spain, is monitor and run the wind farm systems, where we really have focused on renewable energy, and it's an important part of what we do. I think give us credibility among our customers as to what we're doing, and quite rightly too. We are focused on that area. Part of our agenda as we go through our budgets on an annual basis and as we re-look at things is saying what else could we do, and part of that's affected again by the price of carbon. When the oil price went up to extreme highs only 12-18 months ago, there was a huge incentive for us to do so. As it comes down, there's less of an incentive, and again I go back to what governments are doing. They should be using that opportunity, I would have thought, when people are beginning to understand that oil is a scarce resource, to increase the amount of tax they've got on carbon to make sure those incentives remain in place to use renewables rather than carbon. That's what should be going on. And of course, if you say that means there's too much tax being raised in the economy, well fine, you reduce taxes elsewhere. What we need overall in the economy is to have taxes more biased towards the carbon side rather than anything else, and you can reduce taxes elsewhere to compensate. So first thing government's got to do, put the right incentives in place by the tax system. The second thing they need to do is all sorts of subsidies and encouragement for renewable energy, low carbon energy, absolutely essential. Plenty of it's going on already, but I think more needs to be done. And the third overall field would be research into all sorts of better renewable energy generation and improvements in the efficiency of use of carbon.